excited about this. This is the new Corvette Stingray. To me, it's been out for a while now, I know, but I've not driven one. Straight away, it feels like a very, very competent car. Front end is super pointy, fast steering rack. The mid-engine Corvette everyone's always wanted. It changes direction. It feels sophisticated. It feels European, but American, because I've got that V8 behind me. And it's an American sounding V8, none of your flat plane nonsense. I want big 6.2 litre noise. What's it like here? So you can just touch the brake and trail it in if you want. How do they do it for the money? Steering's quite heavy when you got an opposite lock, I'll give you that. So this car is £63,000 like this. 53 basic without the Z51 performance pack, so you'd lose the diff, which I would want. But what are people paying for RS3s in the UK at the moment? This is different gravy. 0 to 62.9 seconds, over 190 miles an hour, and a chassis that, in many ways, beats the Porsche 911 because it is inherently better suited to going around corners. Mid-engine is the layout, isn't it? Loads of grip, good traction, but not crazy traction. That electronic diff is a little bit doing its own thing at times. And the gearbox, a DCT mated to a big American V8. They have put some understeer in the car. You've got a very pointy front end, but it's very easy to overspeed the front tyre, the loaded tyre, and it just gives up, just pushes on. So they've built in a window of safety. I've got everything off, obviously. You can just leave the TC and ESP on, and you've got a big old safety blanket then. But I think before we really throw it around, we've got to go outside and have a look at it, because there are a few problems outside. The elephant in the room is that the new Corvette Stingray doesn't look quite right. I describe it as looking like two cars that are different, welded together in the middle. The front of it, quite pointy, quite sports car-like, not really generic Corvette to me. But come down the side, there's this massively long door. Look how long that door is. I'm a little man, but that's a long door. And then this really big rear wing, this unbroken space here. Big, long panel. And the reason for that is this. This Corvette is a mid-engine sports car that can fit two sets of golf clubs in there. So the engine's in there, and you've got this massive amount of space out the back and a great big frunk up front. I'm not sure it's necessary. The design brief clearly meant you had to have this space. But at what cost? It means it's quite a confusing looking car, which is why it's so good that it's so good to drive, because when you're in it, you don't have to look at it. The seating position is bizarre. I don't know why I'm so high. The seat itself is really good, pinching me in all the right places, but I'm just sitting too high. Square steering wheels have never worked on any car. It's called a wheel for a reason. The clue's in the word. I've spent half a day in this interior now, and I still can't work out whether it's ergonomically all over the place or a bit of genius. Maybe it's a mixture of the two. Certainly the driver environment here, the dash in front of you, clear, and this extra screen is beautifully positioned. It's very driver-centric. You feel like the centre of attention. I like feeling like the centre of attention. But some of it, like this big long line of switches here, never seen anything like it in a car. A short man like me can operate the first ones here, but back here, they're a bit of a stretch, if I'm honest with you. The Cortex steering wheel doesn't really work because you find yourself grabbing air, but credit where it's due, they've had fun in here. The designers smiled while they were making this car, and for the money, again, you are very lucky over in America. That's interesting. So I've gone from the sport suspension to the softer, or the medium to the softer, and the front end has lost quite a bit of bite. More than I'd have expected. Very technical little sort of drifty circuit. But the car deals with it really well. Yeah, I really like this car.